Welcome to another episode of Aquarius Open Minds. I'm your host, Christopher Goodsell, and today we're sailing into one of the eeriest maritime mysteries that has haunted the waves for over a century. We're talking about the Flannan Isles Keepers, a trio of lighthouse keepers who vanished without a trace from a remote Scottish isle in 1900. So, open your mind and let's dig in. Have you ever heard of a mystery so perplexing that it feels like it was ripped straight out of a gothic novel? Well, the disappearance of the Flannan Isles Keepers is one such tale, a story filled with isolation, eerie silence, and a question that has gone unanswered for more than 100 years. Imagine a lighthouse perched on the edge of the world, its beam cutting through the fog, guiding ships safely past the rocky shores. Now imagine that one day, the keepers of that light simply vanish, leaving behind nothing but a haunting enigma. On December 15, 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers stationed on the remote Flannan Isles, also known as the Seven Hunters, disappeared without a trace. When a relief crew arrived, they found the lighthouse intact, but the men were gone. No signs of struggle, no bodies, just the chilling absence of these experienced seamen. What could have caused such seasoned mariners to vanish from the face of the earth? Could it have been a rogue wave, foul play, or something far more sinister? Join me as we unravel the threads of this age-old mystery, diving deep into the final days of these men, the chilling discoveries that followed, and the wild theories that have tried to explain their eerie vanishing. The Flannan Isles are a group of small, uninhabited islands off the western coast of Scotland. They are rugged, remote, and often shrouded in mist, a place where the elements rule and human presence is fleeting. Among these isles, Island Moor stands as the largest, crowned by a solitary lighthouse that has guided ships through treacherous waters since its completion in 1899. But this lighthouse, built to be a beacon of safety, would soon become infamous for the unsolved mystery that unfolded within its walls. Constructing a lighthouse on Island Moor was no small feat. In 1896, the Board of Trade approved the construction of this vital structure. Work began shortly after, but the process was anything but easy. The rugged terrain, combined with the relentless winds and crashing waves, made every step of the build a challenge. Yet, by December 1899, the lighthouse was finally completed, standing tall against the unforgiving elements. It was a symbol of human perseverance, a guiding light in the storm. 4 keepers were assigned to maintain it, rotating shifts to ensure that 3 were always on duty. Life at the Flannan Isles lighthouse was solitary and demanding. The keepers James Ducat, Thomas Marshall, and Donald MacArthur were all seasoned men, accustomed to the hardships of the job. James Ducat, the principal keeper, was 43 years old with 20 years of experience under his belt. Thomas Marshall, the second assistant, was 28, while Donald MacArthur, an occasional keeper, was 40. These men were the last known occupants of the lighthouse before their mysterious disappearance in December 1900. Their daily routines were rigorous but uneventful, with the lighthouse functioning smoothly as the year drew to a close. On December 15, 1900, something strange happened. The steamship Archtor, captained by Captain Holman, passed by the Flannan Isles and noticed something unsettling. No light was visible from the lighthouse. This was a grave concern, as lighthouses were crucial for navigation in those perilous waters. Captain Holman made a note of this in his log, but strangely, his report never reached the Northern Lighthouse Board. It was an oversight that added a layer of mystery to the already puzzling situation. On December 26, 1900, the lighthouse tender Hesperus arrived at the Flannan Isles to check on the keepers. The crew expected the usual warm welcome, the flag flying high and the keepers ready to assist. But instead they were met with an ominous silence. No flag fluttered from the pole and their signals received no response. Captain Holman, who was on board, grew increasingly concerned. He sent Joseph Moore, a relief keeper, ashore to investigate. What Moore found inside the lighthouse would only deepen the mystery. Joseph Moore entered the lighthouse with a sense of dread. The gate and main doors were shut, but as he made his way to the kitchen, he noticed the door was wide open. Inside, everything appeared eerily normal except for the absence of the keepers. Clocks had stopped, the fire in the hearth had long since gone cold, and there was no sign of life. The table was set with a half-eaten meal, and an overturned chair suggested a sudden, hasty departure. Yet, there was no evidence of a struggle, no clues as to where the men might have gone. It was as if they had vanished into thin air. Adding to the mystery were the observations of Roderick Mackenzie, a gamekeeper on Gallon Head. Mackenzie had the job of watching for signals from the Flannan Isles lighthouse. According to his records, the light was not visible from December 7th to 29th, except for a brief period on December 12th and again when Joseph Moore relit it on December 26th. Mackenzie's failure to report the absence of the light until questioned later only deepened the mystery. Why had the light gone out for so many days? What had happened during that period of darkness? Despite the eerie silence and the missing men, the lighthouse itself was in perfect order. Supplies were well stocked, Tools and equipment were in their proper places, and there was no sign of disarray. The only thing missing was the 3 keepers. This left investigators baffled. How could such seasoned men disappear without a trace, leaving behind no evidence of what had happened? The more they searched, the more questions they uncovered, with no answers in sight. Over the years, many theories have been proposed to explain the disappearance of the Flannan Isles Keepers. Some are rooted in the natural world, while others delve into the realm of the supernatural. One of the most plausible theories is that the men were swept away by a rogue wave. The Flannan Isles are known for their treacherous seas, and it's possible that while attempting to secure equipment or retrieve supplies, the keepers were caught off guard by a massive wave. But if this were the case, why was there no sign of their bodies or any wreckage? Another theory suggests foul play. Some speculate that tensions among the men might have escalated into violence, leading to a tragic outcome. Yet, there's no evidence to support this idea. No blood, no signs of a struggle, just an overturned chair and a half-eaten meal. Then there are the more outlandish theories like alien abduction. Fans of the paranormal might enjoy the idea that the keepers were taken by extraterrestrial beings, but there's no evidence to back up this claim. It's a theory that belongs more in the realm of science fiction than reality, but it's still fun to ponder. Some locals believe that the disappearance might have been the work of supernatural forces. Scottish folklore is rich with tales of water sprites, like the Blue Men of the Minch or Storm Kelpies, who are said to cause ships to sink and people to disappear. Could these mythical creatures have spirited the keepers away? The idea of supernatural involvement adds an eerie layer to the mystery, but like the other theories, it remains unproven. The disappearance of the Flannan Isles Keepers had a profound impact on the lighthouse service and the local community. The lighthouse remained manned until 1971, when it was finally automated, ending the need for keepers to live in such isolation. But the mystery of the missing keepers continues to haunt the Flannan Isles. Their names are whispered in the wind, and their story has become a part of local legend. Over the years, there have been reports of strange sightings and eerie sounds near the lighthouse, further fueling the sense of unease that surrounds the place. The Flannan Isles mystery has captured the imagination of many inspiring books, documentaries, and even songs. It's a story that endures because it speaks to something deep within us, the fear of the unknown, the realization that even in our modern world, there are still mysteries that we cannot explain. The legacy of the Flannan Isles Keepers is one of intrigue and fascination, a reminder that some stories remain unsolved, leaving us to wonder what really happened on that fateful December day. With advances in technology, some have wondered if we might finally be able to solve the mystery of the Flannan Isles Keepers. Could modern forensic techniques, underwater exploration, or even satellite imagery offer new clues? So far, no new evidence has come to light, but the possibility remains tantalizing. Perhaps one day, we'll uncover the truth behind this enduring mystery. Until then, the Flannan Isles will continue to be a place of speculation and wonder. As we come to the end of today's episode, one thing is clear. The mystery of the Flannan Isles Keepers is not just a story of 3 men who disappeared. It's a story of isolation, the power of nature, and the limits of human understanding. It's a reminder that even in a world where we believe we have all the answers, there are still questions that defy explanation. So, what really happened to the keepers of the Flannan Isles? Were they swept away by the sea, or did something more sinister occur? The truth remains elusive, leaving us with only theories and a haunting sense of the unknown. That's all for today's episode of Aquarius Open Minds. The Flannan Isles mystery remains one of the most haunting and perplexing stories of our time, a tale that reminds us of the vast, untamed forces of nature and the limits of our own understanding. If you're as intrigued by mysteries like this as I am, make sure to subscribe and join us next time as we delve into another fascinating topic. Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and most importantly, keep your mind open.